Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to explain how to use the Adobe Scan app to scan your documents and submit them. Now the reason why utilizing this particular app is so important is because the image that you're going to supply, it might have, again, a lot of this excess black surrounding here that we don't really want to see. It might also have really bad lighting and shading areas, in which case I can't read certain documents. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and load up your phone, go to the Play Store. Again, this should work on both Apple as well as Android. You're going to download Adobe Scan. Again, you can simply search for Adobe Scan. It should look like this symbol here, and it's got Adobe Scan PDF Scanner. So back to the main page here, I've got the app right here on my first slide. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. This is what it's going to load up. It's going to load up an image here. Now you'll notice as I'm zooming out further, okay, it's got these four little blue dots and it's going to automatically select those. Now this caused an issue in terms of the green screen here, so I'm going to go ahead and click this retake button down at the bottom. Let's see if I can shift these things around just a little bit so you can see it better. I'm going to hit the retake button, and again I'm going to let it automatically find the corners of this image. I'm going to hold as still as possible, and it's going to go ahead. Notice how it's now surrounded that image. Now my phone is as flat as possible. This is a flat surface, but even though it's flat, it's still got a little bit of a angle to it. That's okay. It's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things. It's going to automatically center this, and it's going to automatically remove and crop all that excess information or image out. I'm going to go ahead and continue. This is the first page of this assignment. When I hit continue, it's going to go ahead and load up the next thing. I'm going to make sure that my page is already flipped for that. So again, notice there's a back page to this, and I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. And I don't think that one was all that great. I'm going to go ahead and hit that retake button one more time down here at the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and try and flat and center it. I'm going to hold it steady. It's going to, again, automatically crop the corners. I would recommend not having more than one or two pages in front of you at a time. I would definitely go ahead and take one page, move it off to the side, put the next one down. If it's got front and back, again, I would take the first page and flip it and then hit that continue button. So now that I've got both pages on this one document, I'm going to hit the continue button, and I'm going to go ahead and click this button down here at the bottom corner. Again, it's looking for a document, but we're done taking captures. So again, this first button right here, that's the one I want to click. Now that I'm here, it should open up your first page and your second page. Now in some cases the app will do something screwy, in which case your document might be sideways like this. All you need to do is, there's a rotate button at the bottom. Just click rotate enough until all of the pages are, again, vertical, standing in the appropriate way. I would recommend up here changing the title of your document. Do something like, again, first initial, last name. So in this case, E. Eckerd, and then what assignment it is. Let's just say this is problem set number 1, PS1, and that's perfectly fine for the titling of it. Again, personally, I'd like to have your name on there in some way. Again, first initial, last name is perfectly fine, and then the title of the document that you're submitting. So now once you've got this, again, notice both pages are together. I'm going to hit the Save PDF file up at the top. Okay, the file name already exists because I've already done this once. Let me go ahead and edit this to change that name to be E. Eckerd PS2. So problem set 2, I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit the Save PDF file. Now it's going to save this. What it's going to do is it's going to automatically process it. Up here, you'll see that document. There's a document here. You'll actually see this document right here is your note pages. Again, I use this app when I'm trying to upload documents that you guys can see clearly. So if you look at the note pages from the 14th, you'll notice that those particular note pages, they should look relatively clear. You'll also notice that there's no shading or anything in these documents. So now in here, you've got 4 options. You can click the share button. When you hit the share button, do not use share link and do not use email. The problem with those two is it's going to share a link of this document to me, which means I have to go online, I have to download it, and then I have to print it. It'll be so much easier if you hit the share copy button. What's going to happen with the share copy button is, again, it's going to take you to this page here. You can select any location you want to share it to. You can send it to yourself using the email. You can send it to Drive, you can send it to your files. If you want a more efficient way of doing it in terms of sending it to your phone so you can access your MyGCC through your phone and then upload it that way, you can hit this More button, and then there's the Copy Device to Device button. You can copy it to Google Drive. You don't want to save it as a JPEG, but you'll notice here that you can also modify the scan, rename, print, and delete. So that's the way that you should be using this particular app to allow yourself to submit documents that are easy to read. Again, I'm not being a stickler about this. It's just if you submit documents that have a lot of extra, again, you take the picture that looks like this. I can't print that out because of all this extra black or dark space. I'm not wasting my black ink for that. So again, I don't want the image to look like that in the PDF. Secondly, it also takes care of any lighting issues. Again, if I load this up, notice how there's no lighting issues in this document whatsoever. It highlights the appropriate sections. Let me load up the scan here. You'll notice again, this one is basically just a bunch of pages, and I can very clearly read all the information. So again, this is how you're going to use this Adobe Scan app to make sure that your problem sets are accurately read, and I can print them off, I can grade them on the paper, and then I can resubmit them back to you guys so you can see the graded work just as well as I can see the material that you've submitted. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, by all means, send me an email.